I've been procrastinating on making videos because, one, I'm having technical difficulties. It's a long story behind these two computers, and people who followed me all this time, know I had my fair share of issues with computers. I had hard drives fail, multiple hard drives fail in a short period of time. Like now, this is the third one, in less than 3 years. And I just remember as a tech, building my own computers and completely being able to rely on the hard drive for years. That's not the case these days, even when you buy a new one. Anyway, I wanted to share this story just because I'm so frustrated at this point that I gotta let it out as a tech. I ain't showing my face because my hair's standing on top of my head like I'm straight from Africa, and I care not to go there today. But anyway, the computer on the left is a computer I borrowed from an agency that helps disabled individuals test out assistive technology. And when I went in to borrow, in fact, I made a video of that day, and I probably will merge it on into this video. But I was so elated that I was able to walk into an agency and get a computer now. And I mean, no long contracts, no, jumping through hoops and, just no hassle. Literally walk in like you go to a library and come out. I came out with a computer. The computer on the left is the computer I was blessed to get, but it was far more difficult to obtain. I went through a year of voc rehabilitation services, which is supposed to be charged with the duty of helping disabled individuals become gainfully employed. They wasted a year of my life and I got nothing, which I also video recorded the final phase of where I got fed up and reported the agency and finally was reassigned a new counselor, case manager, whatever they call it, and was able to get this computer in one day after I explained my need to have a computer. Now, my goal was to get this computer in a short period of time. I did not know at the time it was going to take me a year. I borrowed this computer believing that all I needed to do, was borrow it until such time I could get the one that would belong to me. It wouldn't be borrowed. It belonged to me forever. I don't have to return it. The way I even found out that the agency gave computers, found out who the agency was that provided the computers, is because I told the voc rehab counselor it didn't matter to me what kind of computer it was because I had the technical ability to add or take away whatever was necessary, whatever I needed in order for the employment opportunity. So I wasn't too concerned about that. And in fact, the subject came up because I had indicated that I was willing to volunteer in order to get some recent experience under my belt. Anyway, when I borrowed this computer, it was a year ago. Their borrowing time frame, believe me, it's only 2 weeks. And that's what I thought it would take approximately to get my computer from Voc Rehab. Instead, I got to run around for an entire year. Each week went by, I was on pins and needles, like trying to get through the process of vocational rehabilitation. And I could not. I kept getting to run around after run around. I got a warning letter saying this needed to be returned. It was after the 2 weeks time. I asked for an extension. I got to the extension. They were so nice. Had no problem doing that. I clearly did not anticipate my extension turning into a year, because in my mind, I thought that I would be able to return this computer fully believing that this organization, vocational rehabilitation, would been able to help me secure a computer of my own, to whereas I did not need to be borrowing someone else's. This borrowed computer is how I survived at all this year, because it took a year to get through the red tape to get this one. Now, the problem with this one, the specs simply are not. Specifications is, what comes built in the computer. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be a powerful processor like this one. This one is a AMD Athlon 2 processor with 4 gigs of RAM, and it has 750 gig hard drive. This right here is only 2 gigs of RAM and 120 gig hard drive. I can't even transfer my pictures, just my photos, my personal photos, over to this computer without filling up the space. So it's not going to do for me as far as long-term use for employment. And I've outgrown this, because I went through my share of trouble with this computer as well, because their hard drive that came with it failed on me. My information trapped on there. I replaced it with the 2 terabyte hard drive. They had a 750 gig hard drive. In fact, for the favor of me having it this long, I am hoping they will forgive me, based on the fact that I'm ready to give to whoever gets this behind me with the 2 terabyte hard drive, because this is a very efficient workhorse computer and served me well over this year. I didn't run into any problems until recently. And it's normal. Just from normal use, your computer can get sluggish and start slowing down. And I had all types of crashes that were slowing me down. And so it was my intention to get everything cleaned up, try to get it back to where it's running more efficiently. And lo and behold, some software I purchased, which I regret now, has now rendered my computer useless. At least for this moment. I'm hoping to resolve it with the last bit of research I just found out. But ain't it Murphy's Law? Whatever could go wrong will go wrong when you least suspect it. I had planned for my birthday my treat to myself, because I kind of consider this an insult to have waited a year for a computer that is just not going to be up to par. But I'm not dissing it, because it's still it's equipment. It's a tool that I could use. And had it not been for me having this second computer, I would never have been able to get to the point of being able to repair this computer. But anyway, I hope I don't scare y'all too much with my head. I did want to show you. Oh yeah, I want to, before I show you the disclaimer, I want to put in there. This is basically a refurbished computer. I got it from a company called Computer Bank that provides these computers to veterans, disabled, and disenfranchised youth. And I think it's a very worthy cause. And oops, I done activated something I didn't mean to. Cancel. Anyway, I felt very proud to be a part of that, and I intend to continue to volunteer my time for that cause, because it's a worthy cause in my opinion. Okay, I'm putting the hat on because I don't want to scare y'all too much. Okay, anyway, for my birthday present to myself, I can't even begin to tell you, guess what I'm looking like. But anyway, what came for me in the little brown truck is this. Yesterday, it came right on time. And this is what is going to be my new computer. That's the parts. I purchased a new motherboard, and I'm going to give new life to parts I already have. The computer I was working with for years. Took me through college and 5 years of business use, basically. I got it when I was at the International Academy of Design and Technology, and it served me well. And I got it 6 years ago. So at that time, I thought it was such a big deal to get these higher specs. It's 640 gig of hard drive, 4 gig of RAM, a DVD built in, dual processor, super fast. And I didn't have really too much problems with it. Anything that went out, matter of fact, nothing went out on this computer except the audio card. That's what caused me a problem. So basically what I'm going to do is take the processor from this one. Well, anyway, I don't have it open to show you, but anyway, oh wait a minute. I want to take the processor out of here and give it a new home in the new motherboard. Use the RAM that I already have and give it a new life in this new case. And one of the problems I see and I foresee, now when I got this computer, I was so happy because it was cute and compact, and I literally came into the classroom, went to lunch, came back to class with a computer. But it was so cute and on sale, and right across the street from the school, Office Max had a fantastic blowout deal, which, by the way, back to school this month, September, and Christmas is one of the best times to purchase a computer if that's what you're in the market for. So, that being said, what vocational rehabilitation set up and made me wait an entire year for I am going to put together a computer 10 times better. In fact, I have all the parts. And the parts that I had to purchase in addition only cost me $157. And that is a steal. That is a steal. Because I have everything basically that I needed. I already had the hard drive, so that was not part of the purchase price. And I just basically had to get the case and motherboard. And I will be able to move all my parts from the previous computer into a new home. And I purchased this one because it came with 2 fans. And I feel that's what happened with this particular unit where I live. I didn't really have air conditioning. This is a tight, closed space for a hard drive. And basically, I think it succumbed to heat because, you know, I tested the motherboard, I tested the RAM, all that's working fine. And the only thing that was hanging, causing it to hang, was the audio part on the motherboard. However, I bought a new audio card and it still would not boot for me. So I just decided to go ahead on, retire that motherboard, but take the same processor and put it in a new motherboard. Start all over from scratch. So that would be my journey, and this is what I consider a treat to myself, because I'm tired of other people defining what I need when I sat up here second guessing myself, knowing I had this capability, listening to government employees who don't know what the heck they talking about, don't know shit from Shinola. I come in there be knowing more about what they should be knowing. For example, I know about work from home job. Been knowing about it for a year. I spent a year trying to prove to this caseworker that they were legitimate. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be the one handing me a list to try. Not me bringing in a list to prove. That's crazy. And when people be talking about waste of taxpayer dollars, that's where the waste goes. To a full-time employee working for the government, giving people like me a runaround and no help. When I finally complained, the new caseworker gave me a computer, approved me for a computer on the spot that day. Whereas the previous caseworker put me through a runaround for a year. But I'm going to spend this weekend getting myself out this situation. And never will I sit up and complain, you know, thinking I'm too good for this. I mean, technically, for what I do, the serious power use that I do, as far as like with videos and graphics, you know, this really ain't up to par. But it's good enough for me to apply for jobs, get on the internet, and also research to solve my problems, technical problems. So you ain't gonna get no complaint from me. But it is my hope that when I finish all this troubleshooting research, that I will be able to take this computer back to the organization, which I gotta face the music on this one finally, because I wanted to create a business plan to start my own business. And guess what they told me? I had to go to get help with some of the items that I was trying to purchase as business expenses. right back to this organization who loaned me the computer. So I got to get this together. The tech issues are real. And the red tape in the government waste is real. It is not clients who sitting up trying to mooch off the government. Here I am a year been trying to get gainfully employed to use the skills that I already have that I don't need to go back to school for to do. And yet I had a government employee waste a year of my life trying to prove to his doofus behind whether the work at home opportunities were real or not. That was a waste of, literally, I was going in the snow on the bus to bring him stacks of opportunities. All of them which are completely impossible to go after without a computer. And he denied me that for a year. Me in desperation, determined not to give up on myself, I kept this computer that don't belong to me the whole entire time, applying for jobs and getting through the process and run around that the voc rehab was giving me. So at this point, I'm done with the runaround. And I'm going to empower myself to do what I got to do to make it happen for myself. Because you cannot count on no government employee. You think about this fool that's sitting up here with a full year's salary that he wasted my time. Add that up when you get ready to talk about and complain about government entitlement programs. The waste ain't from the clients sitting up, don't want to do anything, because I'm in the program to get work, to help me get a job as a disabled person and not be having my time wasted by no government employee. Anyway, I hope my birthday present to myself works out, and that when I come back, that this computer will all be up and running smooth as peanut butter, hopefully. But I know Murphy's Law being full effect might run into some bumps and glitches, but I pretty much think I got this squared away, and that hopefully I'll be recording me. You can watch a video of me successfully have put this together. Anyway, peace out. Getting my tech on.